So we have spent the past 2 years, entering the third year, doing the difficult things. All right? Doing the difficult things, not the easy ones, the difficult ones. For instance, when you had to walk away from fuel subsidies, that's not a joke. Because the fuel subsidies were giving the impression, a false impression, that the price of fuel is okay. Mm-hmm. But we knew that the hemorrhage was serious. So one of the first and most difficult decisions, and painful ones, that the government had to make was to walk away from the fuel subsidies. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it had a consequential impact on certain things. But now this has stabilized, as an example.
These are some of the things you knew in the back of your head.
Correct.
Did majority in the government understand what you had seen before?
Some did. The president for sure did understand. And some of my colleagues may have understood. But to be fair, also a fair number did not understand. And that is why initially we had quite a number of them speaking very, very loosely, that they would be able to do so much within a certain time frame. But in reality now, they've come to realize it's a process, the budgetary process and so forth, and ensuring that you have the right legal framework and the resources are very, very critical issues. Mm-hmm. That we need to always bear in mind. Mm-hmm. When you're talking about government. So the difficult decisions are being made. For instance...
Are you implying that we are headed to a space where Kenyans will feel the impact much more?
Oh yes, it will start getting better. Let me give you an example. The initial din, or if I may use it, the noise mm-hmm. around housing levy, for example, it was so intense, all right? But when you look at all the competing parties in the last general election, they all acknowledge that housing is a problem. Mm-hmm. But the question is, there's that famous thing then, so who will bail the cat? Okay, mm-hmm. So the Kenya Kwanza government now became the one to bail the cat. And it required taking a major decision to legally put in place the housing levy. Now, all it takes is that it's for people to give it now the gestation period. Because Parliament, the court processes, and what have you, it dragged on for some time. Mm-hmm. But today, if you go to Kibera, you can see what is beginning to emerge. The renewal in that area. If you go to Mukuru, you'll start seeing houses that are being built. Mm-hmm. And there are several that are going on around the country. So we are going to start turning the face where people will be receiving the keys to these houses.